to know a little bit more about your childhood in Hong Kong
Okay.
and your experiences. Because I read in your book at the beginning you didn't go to school yet.
Yeah,
Um,
we first arrived in the middle of school year.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, so
But did you resume normal life quite easily
yeah, yeah.
in Hong Kong?
Oh, Hong Kong, it's during the first year, we just uh, we when we first arrived, went to play with a cram out into hotel room, with a rent hotel room. So most of the time, I and my brothers, just roam Nathan Road, just walking up and down. We live in Kowloon Hotel. I don't know what's still there. So most of the time we walk down, up and down Nathan Road, and look through the windows. So for some reason, what attract my attention are the watches. I say, oh, this is a good watch. And so I'm not too much into toy. I like those suitcase. I mean, what do you call that? The business people go to work.
Oh, yeah, yes. Briefcase?
A
No?
briefcase.
It's
Yeah.
called?
Yeah. I like to go to work. Carry a briefcase. So I like. I'm attracted to watches and briefcases. I don't know why. So
Yeah, that's what attracted you. And then afterwards, the school that you went to, what was it like?
so my parents felt that I should learn some English, so we went to St. Stephen's Boys' School in Stanley because our place home is so cramped. So we live in a residential school. So St. Stephen's Boys' School is a residential school. Boys, now it's co-ed now. Co-ed. In early days, only boys only. So I have very good memories. The beautiful scenery, and so I had a really good memory. And my teacher, after I left for 10 years, my teacher still mentioned me. Say
Really?
I'm the model student. They came to visit me. Say, oh, teacher, I always mention you as the model student because I have to help other people with their math, with their,
Yeah.
my English is very poor because in China there's no English, right? But in 1 year
Yeah,
I was
sure.
able to on the top of the class. So I'm a good student. So that's why my teacher always remember tell all the class that Paul Wang is a model student.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
And were there also other students like you who had come from China?
Oh, most of them are from China. Most of them are China. And so after St. Stephen, so my mother asked me to go to diocesan school of La Salle, but I said I want to go to Puixing. Puixing is the best Chinese school, so I went to Puixing. So after St. Stephen, so I was excited by all the best schools because
Wow.
I'm always top in the class every year. So I went to Puixing. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And you said that many of your other classmates also had come from China.
Yes.
Um, and I don't know, like at those times, is it possible for everyone to go to school, or your parents I mean your
Well, see,
father sounds like a successful businessman, or what was it? Yeah, what was it like? Were you one of the more fortunate ones, or
well, see, Chinese people never say die, never die. Okay, they lost everything, they rebuild. They lost everything. My father lost everything 5 times, but each time he got up and rebuilt. For example, he was doing import export. He's shipping. He bought all kinds of a huge amount of truck tires, wheels because of the Korean War. Okay, he bought it because China demanded. So get it through Hong Kong, right? So my father again getting to import export whole shipment, but Korean War is over. So China said, we don't want it anymore. So my father got stuck without money and got no money, lost lot of money.
So you had to start all over.
Yeah. So it's just so people think China is a huge market when do business with China, but you wait until it's to their advantage, they will just swallow you up. Yeah. So all my friends, see, preaching that time, I had many good teachers. You know why? Because they were professors in China who escaped. We have some best teachers, they're famous professors in China. They taught high school because they couldn't teach in university. At that time, only one Hong Kong university, right? But some of my teachers eventually taught in Hong Kong U or Chinese Hong Kong U. But some of my professors, some of my high school teachers were actually professors, famous professors.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like Liang Siqiu, she's a very famous writer. Liang Siqiu, mathematics and science, was some teacher of YouTube professors in China. They are so famous because we are taught by the famous professors.
Yeah, very good education.
Yeah.
And then after high school, what did you decide to do?
No, unemployment. In the early 60s, I mean in the 50s, there's so few jobs, right?
Yeah.
So for 2 or 3 years, we couldn't get jobs, okay? So I tried the tutoring, I tried all kinds of things, okay? So during the 2 or 3 years, I had no job. But, you know, Chinese people, most of Chinese people are like me those days. We spend time studying, you know, on our own, or look for job, you know, study. We don't just complain doing nothing. You know, we study hard and work hard. So finally I say, well, why don't you just work for the government like civil servant? So I got a job as translator, station in Peak Station, a police station with the Mandarin-speaking police, because I'm Mandarin-speaking. So they put me there. So I was an interpreter at the police station until I came to Canada. Yeah.
Ah. Oh wow. Did you feel like at that time there were many opportunities in Hong Kong? Or
No, but very few opportunity. So basically I was stuck, right? Until my sister married in Japan, he married a rich man. So he offered me, her husband offered me $1,000 to Canada. So that changed my life. So that's why I promised myself, I say, one day if I become rich, I will offer scholarship to people in Hong Kong, give them a new life. That dream is still not fulfilled yet. I'm still waiting to get some money to start. This is one of my dreams that are not fulfilled. I want to set up a foundation to help Hong Kong young people to come to Canada to have new life, just as I had. As I was able to. $1,000 changed my whole life.
Wow. Why did you decide Canada? What made you think this is where my future is?
Because most of my class, put it this way. Most of my classmates, all classmates study overseas, okay? That most of them are in choose the States, the famous Ivy League universities. But some of my best friends choose Canada. At that time, I was applying to go to medical school. I was planning to be a medical doctor, right? But some of my best friends went to medical school in Ottawa U and McGill. So I plan to study medicine. That's why, in my mind, say if I have money, I go to Canada.